Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention. This is your boy, the coach from the WWE. I would like to welcome you to the very first wrestling podcast in the world to take you on a weekly deep dive into classic matches along with legends of the squared circle. Enjoy the discussion. Enjoy the back and forth. There's so much to get into. Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Payoff.
Welcome to an all-new episode of The Payoff. I'm Tom. That's Jeff. Jeff, this is a very exciting episode for me. This is one of my favorite matches of all time. I'd have to sit down and really think about it, but I would guess this is probably in my top 5 ever. Maybe certainly top 10. I like this match that much. Obviously for the actual match, but for what it represented, not many guys coming back after a career-ending injury to do what Shawn did. So this was a lot of fun. I'm surprised it took us this long to cover it.
Yeah, we've talked around this one, I feel like 10 different times. Like, this match is kind of a culmination of so many other kind of, storylines that bring it here. And so there's a lot to cover in that aspect, but this was one that just, looking at it, it's on the longer side here. We're pushing 25 minutes. But it's worth it because of all the different pieces that played into this one and just kind of what happened, how it played out. And like you said, it's Triple H, it's Shawn Michaels. We know these two know how to go. That's not even in question. But yeah, just kind of playing it up. Yep.
Cool. Well, let's get into the build.
Oh, it's time for the build.
All right, so we are in Uniondale, New York, Nassau Coliseum, Long Island, home of the Islanders, August 25th, 2002. Raucous crowd, great environment, 15,000 in attendance, did a buy rate of 540,000. This was a very, very good show. We've covered it before, so I'll just buzz through it. Kurt Angle's going to defeat Rey Mysterio. Ric Flair is going to defeat Chris Jericho. Edge is going to defeat Eddie Guerrero. The Un-Americans of Christian and Lance Storm are going to defeat Booker T and Goldust to win the tag team championships. Rob Van Dam is going to win the IC title over Chris Benoit in 16 minutes. Undertaker is going to defeat Test in 8 minutes. This is our semi-main event. And then how do we end this show? Well, we end it with Brock Lesnar, the next big thing, becoming your champion against The Rock. I recently, I don't know why I was thinking about this, but I would have liked for the main event of this show to have been Brock Lesnar defeating Hulk Hogan. Because remember, Hogan was the champion that summer. I would have just held on to Hogan being champion, and I would have made Brock Lesnar beating Hulk Hogan, like the passing of the torch, Hogan's last final title main event. I think that would have been really, really cool. We still have The Rock, obviously. What do we do with him? I don't know. We figure something out. But that's how I would have handled this one. Man, a lot of pretty good matches on this show. Bunch of threes. This, obviously, the match we're covering is the highest rated, but should be a lot of fun. So I love this story so much. How did we get to Shawn Michaels, Triple H at SummerSlam?
Yeah, so this one, kind of a lot here. You had Shawn Michaels coming back at Vengeance, which was July 21st of this year. This SummerSlam show, of course, taking place on August 25th. And so Michaels coming back, he had actually been out for about 4 years at this point, as we all know, because of the back injury. But Triple H gave him the choice of either he could be on Raw or SmackDown. And, he said, but we could reform DX on Raw. And so, Triple H trying to make that decision. So Triple H, though, went to Raw with him, but then turned heel on Michaels, hit him with a bunch of different pedigrees. And so that's how we kind of start to get into this. So it was about a month after, before this show and right when Michaels returns. The following week, you had Michaels laid out, kind of beat up. Of course, we get the security footage. We see that it was Triple H that attacked Shawn Michaels from behind. He was weak. He couldn't do this anymore. He wasn't 100%, but at SummerSlam, they can settle this. Well, it was Raw at the time, Raw general manager Eric Bischoff, who said that this is going to be an unsanctioned street fight between these two. And then you had some more interaction with Michaels interfering with Triple H's match against The Rock that night. You actually had Brock sitting ringside on that one. And so, Lesnar tried to interfere on Triple H's behalf, but Michaels hit Sweet Chin Music to Lesnar. And so, these are the top people, like you said, kind of playing into that. And so, so you then had I don't know even the best way to describe it, but the security jump, if you will. You had Michaels, the security trying to keep them separate, and Michaels, kind of jumping over the security, knocking down Triple H, kind of, showing, hey, I could still go. Yeah, you want to do this? Let's do this. So it was much more revenge for Shawn Michaels than anything. There's no title here. It was his friend betrayed him. And so the street fight stipulation there, a lot of it is you figure, yeah, it does make sense because of the scale of this, but then also it's also because of Shawn and his limitations still. So, he can't go 30 minutes in a traditional match, but we do something like this to hide some of his some of the slowdown. We can make this happen. So yeah, about a month build, but of course much longer than that because these two have one of the longest histories in wrestling. So is being together and still do. So yeah.
All right, man. Well, I'm pumped to cover this one. Are you ready?
It should be great. Yeah.
Okay. Let's get into it. So we're at 57 minutes left in SummerSlam 2002. Jeff, are you ready?
Of course. Let's do this.
It's time for the payoff.
Oh, it's time for the payoff.
Three is here only to count a pinball or ring the bell signifying a submission. There's no disqualification. Oh, here we go. Michaels over there shot right in the face of the game. And the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, for that Texas pride, scoring with the right hands. Oh, look out. Triple H tried to distance himself, but he got away. The spear by Shawn Michaels. Hard right hands. Right down on the man. This former...
Getting right into it. Here we go.
What do you think of Shawn wrestling in jeans?
I dig it. I know we had that, was it the Texas TCW or TGW, whatever it was?
Yeah.
He had that weird dark match. I think it's a good look.
We know
the classic Shawn Michaels.
And I thought it fit well because, it was like, hey, I'm coming back for a street fight. It wasn't like, hey, I'm coming back to be a full-time wrestler. It was like, I'm coming back for a street fight.
Yep. Yeah. It just makes sense.
What's crazy is he's wearing cowboy boots.
He is. Yeah. So, hey.
Like he wrestled this whole match in cowboy boots.
They are, and meanwhile, Triple H is the standard ring gear. Maybe Shawn Michaels, maybe just comfortable in them. Got some of that no slick on the bottom or whatever it is. But yeah.
Yeah. One thing I didn't know is originally the pitch was Shawn versus Vince, not Shawn versus Triple H. And he thought he would work like a gimmick match against Vince, and that would be what they did.
I'm glad we didn't get that.
No, for sure. And I guess Triple H said, I'd rather it be me.
Which, yes, that's the smart thing to do.
Have you have you played any of the? When's the last time you played one of the 2K games?
It's been a while, but I'm familiar with them, of course.
Yeah, I got I guess the newest one. I don't know, 2K6 or 26. I'm so old that I still say like the 2K2, 2K3, so it's hard to say 2K26.
I hear you, yeah.
So it's really good, man. Like it's fun.
Yeah.
Like my son enjoys playing it. So like, I don't know, we're having fun playing it. Like the gameplay's cool. Like they've just done a great job with it, man. I mean, I wasn't sure. Like I thought maybe it would be like, too hard to figure out or annoying or whatever. And I'm like, it's a great game. I don't know. I really enjoy it. I think it's like smooth. I think there's like a lot you can do. I don't know. I mean, I have it set to easy, so we just kind of beat the shit out of people.
That was one of the problems, was like the barrier to entry in some of those earlier ones. They've done a much better job of that, and like the kind of simulation of it and making that work better. It just overall, they've done a better job of making the product better. I think that, it's one of those, like you and I though grew up that we were very much in that Nintendo 64, like, grapple punch kicked buttons, and that was it. And so it's going to evolve. Absolutely. But anymore, I know they had that really bad year where they took the year off and kind of didn't do the game to really overhaul it, which is what they needed. And so, we get Madden every year, but there's no innovation. The graphics at this point can only be so good.
Yeah.
It's diminishing returns. And so it's all about the gameplay. It's all about, are you having fun, setting up your dream matches of, what didn't happen, and those rosters what is it, 2K26? Is that the most recent one?
Yeah.
How many wrestlers are on it?
Oh, I mean, there have to be 150. I mean, some of them are locked or whatever.
Right. I'm just curious. Oh, no, you were way low. WWE 2K26 features over 400 total playable characters.
Jeez. Yeah, so it just came out in March.
Yeah, and so, but that's one, and it's some of it's like alternate personas and things like that, but also like, and some of it, like you said, you got to pay for. But also, like, what's not to love about that? Go have some fun with that. Kill 20 minutes, whatever it might be. Like, just have a good time with it. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I don't know. We've just been, we've been playing at night, and I don't know. It's fun. I really enjoy it, and I finally figured out the best thing to do is like for us to be a tag team, and then that way, like I don't have to beat him or whatever. So,
right.
So that's actually been really fun. And tag team ladder match, tag team Hell in a Cell. We did both last night, and it's cool. I like the gameplay. I feel like it's pretty intuitive. There's a learning curve. I mean, I'm trying to like learn new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like every night I'm trying to like just poke around, be like, all right, how do you do something else I didn't know how to do? And
Yeah,
I like it.
And anymore, they're really good. So these guys, you got Triple H's working the back of Shawn Michaels, which of course makes sense. Kind of elbow drop and just kind of doing some different things. We've got Cher coming into the ring now. We've got a trash can in there, so we're not too street fight yet, but it's just going to be right on the bad back. So it looks like it. Yep.
Around the spine of Shawn Michaels, and look at his face, King. That face
just selling it better than anyone.
His legs are. Oh my God! It's not a big. Oh no, it's not.
What do you think of my fantasy booking of if you would have made it Brock Hogan at this show?
Yeah, I think that like so much of at this point, like what we're in our brains, Brock and Rock, like looking at that SummerSlam logo, and that this is one of those images that's kind of ingrained. But I think you've got a really good point of like, do you go with the hot hand though too? Do you go with Hogan because he's back, and it does make a little bit more sense? Yeah.
And they had him. I mean, they had Brock beat up Hogan and beat him on like a SmackDown or a Raw leading up to it. So I mean, they got that. But I'm just like, man, like that would have just been a I don't know, I felt like a big money match. And then you have this match and then figure out something with Rock. I mean, put Rock in a really good match as well. And, you could have had like a triple main event perhaps even. So I don't know. I would have done it. I would have done it differently.
So I think they are working a slower pace. It's the best way of kind of approaching it, but it's working.
They start slow and then they kind of warm up here. Oh, Shawn's busted open.
Oh, what? The game taking that belt. The game taking that belt off Shawn Michaels and quickly like a dog. Lashing Shawn Michaels like he was an animal.
So where are you at on, I guess, just the ticket prices, the size of the stadiums, 2 nights, 1 night prices, just this whole combination of things.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead.
Good.
I was just gonna say, I talk about it most weeks here. Like the ticket prices they got to fix it, like, or they don't. But also, that I think they are. It's hard because for those big shows, they want the big fans, which I get. And so, but yeah, they have absolutely priced everyone out of, your everyday kind of kid being able to go with his dad. Like, it's tough. And so, you and I were making the comment, but the SummerSlam tickets, they did that $25 deal for up in the 400s or whatever it was. But if you remember, there was a lot of times they used to do the buy 3 get 1 for like Raws and SmackDowns and stuff like that. And that's just not that, those days are long dead.
No, and they had it. They had it for SummerSlam this year and WrestleMania this year.
Okay,
and buy 3 and get 1. I don't know if they did it on day 1, but I mean, they were definitely out there at some point.
Yeah, and I think part of it is anymore they know what venues to pick. They know what they can sell out. They know. I'm sure they've got all kinds of statistics and data in regards to, what makes the most sense for some of these places. And so, because I'm looking at it with what we have coming up right now, I've started doing a better job finally. So we've got in 2 weeks, week and a half, we've got the Saturday night or Sunday night main event, which is in Atlanta. Then you've got the Worlds Collide WWE AAA show, which is in Chicago. Money in the Bank 1 night only, New Orleans. I think that's the move or the makeup or whatever that was.
Yeah, that was originally WrestleMania.
And then Survivor Series is in Houston. And so, they're not going to Omaha. Like, they know that what these big, and I think that's just part of it is, I think, and we're going to see it with Mania, like, okay, it's in Saudi, and then they did it twice in Vegas because, like, why wouldn't you? Like, they're going to make their nut. Like they're going to get their bank. That's what they're going to do. So I think that's a big part of it of, where anymore TKO wants to maximize. And so this is how they're doing it is they're going to pick some of these places where they know they can move the tickets. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago too. It's the whole like, okay, WWE's doing 10 to 15,000, seat arenas every week and AEW's having matches at a baseball game. And so, it's just, you've got to, they kind of have to know their market. And so, it's a long-winded way of kind of saying, I feel like some of it is working. I can see why they're doing what they're doing and why it's working, but, does it not being accessible impact me? No. So anymore, I'm just kind of not losing sleep over it. It's like, yeah, it sucks, but also like, okay, whatever. Like they're a business, they're going to try and make money. Then that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. And I mean, look, it feels like now, and I don't know if this is for every show in every market, but it does feel like now, you're better off to just wait, not buy tickets initially. And, some of this, it's like, I think the easy thing to do is be like, TKO, they don't know what the hell they're doing and they're charging way too much. My counterpoint to that is maybe they know exactly what they're doing. So we're going to start tickets high. We can always lower them. So we'll start them high. And there's going to be 5,000, 8,000, 20,000, whatever it is, fans that are going to buy them. They're going to buy full price, the highest we're ever going to offer them. Okay. And they guarantee that they get the seat of their choice. The day ticket sales go out. If they want to sit front row, they can sit front row. If they want to sit up top but sit in the very front row on the aisle, they can do it. Great. They're going to pay a premium for that, right? Their tickets are probably going to be higher. Okay. And then from there, we'll just do whatever we want to do. We'll get Justin Jefferson to run an ad and we'll charge less. We will do a buy one, get one free. We'll do a discount code. Or we won't do any of that stuff. So it's like I kind of feel like they know what they're doing. I mean, yeah, they would love to sell out on day, but I mean, they've said it before. They're like, you don't want to sell out on day one. If you sell it on day one, your ticket prices were too low. So I just think I think what they're doing is what they believe is the right strategy. I think as a fan, you just have to be patient. I mean, I would love to buy tickets a month ahead of time and not worry about it. The reality is a few days before is when you're going to get your best deal, but you're going to trade something for it. You may not get the exact row you want. You may not get the exact spot you want. I mean, it's a little bit of a nerve-wracking pain in the ass to do, but it's the price you pay for getting a discount versus paying full rack rate. So yeah, the big thing here is like you have options, right? You want to buy ahead of time, you can. You want to buy day of, you can. You want to, try to get the best deal. I mean, it's risky. So, but what do you want? Oh, well, I want to buy really cheap tickets the day they go on sale. Okay. Well, if they're really cheap, then a bunch of scalpers are going to go on, they're going to grab them all and they're going to put them on the secondary markets and jack up the price. Yep. It's tough.
I wonder, and it's one of those, I may have to just do this next time. It's like a tickets on sale today or whatever it is, but I would be curious what the breakdown is. What percentage of the seats sell out in the first 24 hours? And then say you're 2 months out from an event, what is the diminishing return of that? Is it, 2% a day? Is it just you see a slow trickle of people? Plus there's pre-sale you have to take into account. Plus there's, they give tickets away and all that other stuff. But I wonder, like, for certain shows, like they have to know, like, oh shit, if we don't sell 65% of our tickets in the first 72 hours, we got a problem.
Yeah.
They know that. They can see that. That's just business. Like if you don't know that, you're doing something wrong. And so they know that. They know how to take care of that. And so, but I think that, to me, that's interesting. Or it's an interesting point of, is it, in some shows we see it because WrestleTix does a good job too of like, hey, there's 500 seats left in this 14,000 seat arena to 24 hours beforehand. And people are like, oh, they didn't sell out. It's like, well, what the hell? Like, no, they're going to move every one of those tickets. Like every venue, you're going to say every venue is a sellout. There's always a couple hundred tickets that don't sell out. Like, get over yourself.
Okay. Here, let's ask this question. How many times in the last 10 years, 5 years since TKO took over, how many times have you tuned into a PLE and been like, oh, there's a lot of empty seats? It's never happened.
Yeah.
And the Saudi one that they thought was empty was actually because the lighting made it look empty.
Yep. Ooh,
so
bleeding.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And that is a purely internet wrestling community argument. Like, oh, look at nobody's here. It's a half an hour before the show. Nobody's here. Like, and then you never see, and even if they do a good job of hiding it, if it is like kind of lower numbers, but also like, okay, like that is purely the internet trolls being like, taking the picture and like, oh, show just started. There's nobody here. It's like, come on. Or like, yes, there is a hard cam side that a lot of times is not full. But guess what? For those premium live shows, by the time the show starts, the hard cam side is full. Like, shit, there's people sitting behind the curtain backstage, like, up in the 300s, just to get a glimpse of some of this stuff. And be in the building. So I think it's just, you have to look at it that way. That's like you said, like we said, how many people are at WrestleMania with a stopwatch? Nobody. Like, how many people are how many of these people are going up to the 400s, 500s and counting how many sections are open? Like, come on. Like, the argument is just ridiculous at a certain point.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're doing just fine. Well, and the other thing too, thing that I hear a lot of is, WWE's TV partners are so upset, and Nick Khan completely fleeced them. Hey, you know what? Maybe that is true. I bet you it's not, though, right?
Yep.
So ESPN, they're getting millions of views. They're adding subscribers to their highest tier. They're getting an hour of content each night of each PLE on ESPN or ESPN2.
Yep.
I bet you they feel like they're getting a good ROI. Like, I just don't buy. Yeah, I just don't buy that. Oh, these partners are all upset. Netflix, they're getting 52 hours of. 52 weeks of 2.5 hours. Plus they have all the archive in there. Like, they're getting into live programming, and wrestling's a great part of that equation. I actually think the TV partners are probably pretty happy.
Yeah, and what they finally released some numbers, so we were able to see what some of the viewership on some of it was. And people are like, it's down. Like, it's like, you can't compare it to anything. Like, I don't know how to read TV ratings. Like, I see 3.1 million people watched it. Okay. Was that in the first 24 hours? Was that live? Like, are people going back? Like, not everybody can watch 2 nights of WrestleMania for 7 hours on a Saturday and Sunday in April. Like, it's just not a thing.
Yeah.
Spring break season, like, families are traveling. And so we don't know. I would love to see the numbers like year over year of like how many people, but we don't know. It's like any debate question. Like, you can, break it down to its parts and pull a totally different answer. And that's what's happening here. Triple H is just bloody as can be. Michael's using a tall ladder and just bringing down the top of it onto Triple H. Yeah, just
who's keeping score there? It's a non-sanctioned fight. Watch this move. Ladder right to the.
So, Shawn obviously is the fakest move in pro wrestling, the slingshot.
Yes. Man, does he make it look good?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In honor of Shawn, who in the WWE right now do you think has the brightest future? I mean, who do you look at as like, all right, these are the folks that will be headlining WrestleMania for many, many years? Who comes after Roman, Punk, Cody? Who do you have the highest hopes for?
I think Oba is definitely going to be something. I think he could be your, someone that could carry a little bit here. I think he's obviously still way too young. In kind of what he could do, but from what we've seen has been very good. And there's a lot of old guard that needs to go. I have a newfound respect for Braun Breaker after the Unreal episodes. They humanized him a lot. I thought he was pretty cool. He is a athlete in every single way. And so he can go out there and do it. Carmelo Hayes, he's just really cool to see him out there doing it. It's really weird, but like you got someone like Dominic Mysterio. Like, man, like who would have thought 5 years ago, babyface Dominic with, Ray turning and then him being out there and carrying, the stable and stuff of that. I feel like, something, one of the big, like Sol Ruka, she's had some issues on the main roster. Like she's had a few botches, but her finisher is great when she hits it, but it feels like not everybody knows how to take it. And so I think that that's part of what you've got to be careful of. I know that Jacob Fatu is like, he's out there, but I haven't been feeling him. Like there's other people I'd rather see. And I'm just like, okay. Like, I don't know. I don't know if he is one that's going to carry the company into the future. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's such obvious answers, but Oba and Braun are the two that, I thought of. What I like about both of them is, yes, freak athletes, but I think both of them can really talk. And so, that to me, okay, well, how do you get the longevity? I mean, you got to be a character, right? Just being really good in the ring, who cares? So that's what I like about Oba and Braun. The other name we haven't talked about yet, I think Trick Williams could be that.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I think there's a lot there I like as well. My fear on Oba is, he's just so big. What do you do with him?
That's true. Yeah.
So that's a concern. I think Oba as a heel is intriguing down the line. I just think there's a lot you can do. I mean, I think the next, couple years of Oba is not going to be hard to write. It's just, you obviously want to get it right. You want to hit the right timing. When do you pull the trigger on these guys? Who puts them over? When is the youth movement? But I like the fact I would not rush it. And here's the reality.
Yeah.
Let's hold on. We got to watch this. I love this.
Guts. Look, yeah, you are. You're crazy. Don't do it. It's a suicide move for Shawn Michaels. For these fans, Shawn Michaels putting his life on the line. God, carnage. For the love of God Almighty. Now what?
The way it broke and the way he jumped off was just so good.
Yep. Well, and let me flip you on this one. Like, okay, this is your rising stars. Who has fallen the hardest? Like, they could have carried it. Like, and the obvious one that comes to mind is LA Knight. Like, I just don't. They just have. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know who he pissed off or what happened, but dude, just between him and like that one, who knows? Damian Priest is another one that comes to mind, but he has kind of found a whole new character in AAA. And so I feel like he's bouncing back a little bit, but that's one like, and I think another one that I don't know what she's doing anymore is Tiffany Stratton. I feel like she was so hot coming out of WrestleMania. And then it was at the one line to Charlotte in that promo that has just completely set her back, and they just don't believe in her anymore. Yeah.
She also, recently, and it's okay to think it, but like, I wasn't fond of her saying, "Oh yeah, by 30, I want to be a movie star."
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, I know I'm being a mark, but it's like, I just, maybe keep that to yourself. I think as fans, we want people that are, kind of all in and love the business. And so, sweet chin music coming.
Coon and the band.
The crowd's up, man. Like, they're all standing. Still can't believe he wrestled in cowboy boots.
He's gone 20 minutes in the cowboy boots, yeah.
Oh. There you go. Pedigree.
Oh. Rolled him up.
He did.
He got it.
I've never seen as much courage, the will to win.
That was interesting. He said something to Earl Hebner and then kissed him in the forehead.
Man, that's Hall of Fame bound, but nothing to prove. It was pride and passion prevailing.
All right, so he attacked Shawn, and we'll keep an eye on this one. Let's get into the aftermath.
Ho! It's time for the aftermath.
What'd you think?
It's really good. It's two of the best in their prime, doing exactly what you would expect them to do. Yep.
I mean, really good.
That's all you need. Yeah. How about you? What do you think?
Oh, I mean, perfection. I mean, this is as good as it gets to me. This is I just, everything. The match, the crowd, the story.
Can't go wrong.
Comeback. Yeah, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Okay, what do we got on this one? Of course, Shawn can still go. No doubt about that. But still, Triple H got him in the end here. As a doctor in a lab coat. You don't see that very often, or in his doctor's coat. But he can still go. You've got now, though, the new Shawn Michaels, where he's, older, he's more vulnerable, but this really kind of jumpstarts the second half of his career. And so, Triple H, back to full time. He wins the championship at Survivor Series. He's got really, the run that goes for another, at this point, 8-9 years after this one. And kind of how that played out. Triple H on the flip side here, he lost, but he doesn't really lose anything. And so the rivalry continued at Survivor Series. They met again. This was in the first Elimination Chamber with the heavyweight championship at stake, which Michaels won that one. They had a match at Armageddon. Triple H regained the championship on that one. And then, of course, you get up into the 3 stages of hell and those matches as well, too. And so, so just a lot of moving pieces, a lot happening. Yeah. And PWI, Triple H was 10. Michaels, because he was coming back, was not rated this year in 2002. My bad. So, yeah, what do you got? What are you thinking?
Oh man, I
know
give
you love
this
this one.
a 9.5.
Yeah.
I loved it, man. I thought it was absolutely incredible.
Good. Okay. Yeah. I'm right there with you. I think anything less than like a 9 is just a disservice. He made that last sledgehammer swing look just absolutely just kill him, like just absolutely crazy. So I thought that was really good. Yeah. There's just a lot to love about this one is the best way to put it. Yep.
Yeah. Well, we both loved it.
Cool. Yeah, everybody else, this is one to go back and watch. Like if you're going back and watching some old SummerSlam ones, definitely go check this one out. Yep. So
cool.
Okay, what are we doing here next couple of weeks? What do we got? I'm going to take a look here for you. Oh, so we got another Undertaker match next week. Edge and the Undertaker, the Hell in a Cell from SummerSlam 2008. And then we get into some Money in the Bank, some kind of crazy ones. The Money in the Bank matches themselves weren't always fantastic, but we are going to cover the 2014 Money in the Bank. It was Dean Ambrose, Dolph, Kofi, Jack Swagger, who got the shit slapped out of him on whatever that Slapfest show is. Rob Van Dam and Seth Rollins in that one. I can't believe I did this. I actually managed to do 2 weeks of Jack Swagger. You're welcome. So Jack Swagger taking on Rey Mysterio, Money in the Bank 2010. I see the end of September. I'm already that far out. I see Kane, Stone Cold, and The Undertaker. That was in your house as well too. So we got some good stuff. I got some weird ones in October I see lined up for us too. I see was this the Chamber of Horrors? We got to cover the Chamber of Horrors. It's time. So just good stuff.
Okay. Well, another fun one. Appreciate everybody listening. We'll see you next week on an all new episode of The Payoff.